may be monitored and recorded. To accept charges, press 1. To review, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
What's going on? I am joined today by none other than the one and only Christopher Dunn. Tell him who you are, bro.
How you doing, world? My name is Christopher Dunn. For those of you who don't know me, let me explain something to you first. Put away your laptops. Put away your TV screens. Because what I'm about to tell you is probably some of the realest stuff you ever going to hear in your life. But it's going to be one of the saddest stories you're going to hear. It's not just about me, but it's about everybody that comes inside the system. As I just told my brother, Missouri is under siege. The justice system in America is under siege. I'm not saying it just because I'm incarcerated. I'm saying this because it's the truth. Sure, I've been on CBS with Gayle King. I've been on ABC with Lindsay Davis. I've been on CBS with Aaron Moriarty. I've been on Inside Edition. I've been on the Joe Rogan Experience. But I'm still incarcerated, regardless of how much the news go out. I'm still here. A minute ago, my little brother couldn't even get the words out of his mouth to describe exactly how I'm confined to this situation. But people, I'm in prison, been in prison for the past 34 years for a crime in which I didn't commit. I'm not only saying that, but a judge also stated that I was innocent. He also stated that I met what is known as the freestanding claim of actual innocence, as well as the gateway standard of actual innocence. However, due to the fact that I am not on death row, I do not fit the criteria to regain my freedom. This is despite the fact that both of the only two witnesses who accused me of this crime came forward and admitted that they lied on me. Now, let me get back to what is the pressing issue right now. We have an attorney general here in the state of Missouri, which is named Andrew Bailey. Andrew Bailey has opposed every petition that we have presented before him. Not just me, but others before me, which is known as the Missouri Three. Kevin Strickland, Lamar Johnson, and myself. Now, there was a case prior to that, which is known as the Rodney Lincoln decision, of a case that occurred in 1982 in the city of St. Louis. 3 rapes and 1 murder. But unfortunately, the man who was accused of the crime, he had to remain in prison for over 46 years before they actually did anything for him. But they commuted his sentence to time served, meaning that his case stayed on the books and he became president. His case became what I've described as a stick in the water. It wasn't going to sink, it was just going to float until it catches the debris. I just happened to be that debris that he caught. Now, Andrew Bailey is opposing my release. Why? Sure. Some would say that it's his job to defend the Missouri law. No, it's not. It's his job to uphold justice. It's his job to make sure that justice is held and equally divided to people. That's his job. To fight against what is right is not his job. Right now, Andrew Bailey just presented to the United States, to the Missouri legislative body, that he is going to take control of over 4,327 cases that's up under what is known as the PCR division. Here in Missouri, the PCR stands for Post-Conviction Relief. Now, you can file a 2915, a 7501, or 7406. These are motions that you actually file after you have been convicted of a crime to try to either get a new trial or to try to get a time reduction or to reduce some of your sentence. Now, people, get this. How can the Attorney General of a state give himself the authority to look at the PCR divisions? Now, in 2020, Missouri passed a law. That law is known as 547031.3. It derives from what is known as the Missouri Senate Bill 53, which gave judiciary authority to the circuit attorneys of particular cities who in which apply for what is known as a Conviction Integrity Unit Charter. This gives them the right to look at cases of bundles of post-conviction proceedings. Cases that have been overlooked for years, cases that have what is known as freestanding claims, cases that are considered to be last resorts after a person has filed 2915, direct appeal brief, supplemental appellate briefs, recall of mandates, federal habeas corpus up under 2254, all the way down to what is known as Rule 91 or a Rule 60B. So now, this Attorney General has commandeered our PCR process. And now, this is just like putting the chickens in a fox den. We have no other recourse but to rely on this one particular Attorney General to fuck us around. It's going to happen. If he can oppose my freedom, even after Kim Gardner stated that I was innocent, even after a circuit judge doing a Rule 91 proceeding, after a circuit judge doing a habeas corpus proceeding said that there is no jury in the state of Missouri that can convict Christopher Dunn with the evidence he presented before this court, and that it is apparent before this court that Christopher Dunn was convicted based on the testimony of liars, as well as Christopher Dunn has met the gateway standard of actual innocence, as well as the freestanding claim of actual innocence. However, due to the circumstances that he is not on death row, he cannot free me, but not until a higher court in our land or the 8th Circuit decide to overturn Lincoln versus Cassidy, then Christopher Dunn must remain in prison until the duration of his life or until his life expires. That is a slow death sentence. And what Andrew Bailey just appointed himself as king and ruler of the justice system in the state of Missouri, people, we have just been subjected to a monarchy. We have just been told in so many words that our lives don't matter. I don't know how to explain this even more to you for you to get this understood. But I'm gonna say this: if he can get this off in the 8th Circuit, the state of Missouri, that means neighboring states, Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Oklahoma, they too will suffer the same fate. I'm not sure about Arkansas because they're a little bit more strict. They don't really too much follow the rule of Missouri. However, they do have a little influence. Missouri does have a little bird in the ear of the governor down there, especially being that is Sarah Huckabee Sanders. But people, listen, I don't know exactly how long I'm going to live. Really, I don't. I'm over 50. I done had 3 heart attacks. I done had an aneurysm. And right now, my eyesight is not as good as it was a year ago. My time on this planet is limited now. I am blessed each week to express myself, to spread this word through this podcast. My little brother allowed me to utilize his platform to educate society to what is going on in the justice system in Missouri. And if you think that you are isolated from this problem, you're mistakenly wrong. Because Missouri justice system is like a plague. It travels. It does not stay stagnated in one state. It's going to happen to you. But this is what we're doing right now. People, we got to get the word out. Barr is not the only one that can get it out. You yourself must spread this message. And explain to Andrew Bailey that you would not sit silently by and allow him to take control of the justice system as he's trying to. You got to explain to that man to let go of his grip and let the justice system work for the people. A couple weeks ago, my family and I, we sat down and we came up with a concept. It is called the Missouri Justice Challenge. I'm challenging you, every one of you that's listening to this podcast right now. I'm challenging you to raise your voice. Let yourselves be heard for all of us who cannot speak out for ourselves. And right now, I'm asking you to go make a sign. Any type of sign. A handwritten sign. You can use a crayon or a mark, or you can go grab a bed sheet and spray paint on it. And tell Andrew Bailey in the state of Missouri exactly how you feel. Or you can just simply tell him, Missouri, free Christopher Dunn now. Post it on TikTok. Post it on YouTube. And let it travel. People have always spoke about Black Lives Matter. They always talk about Black is beautiful, Black pride. Okay, I'm asking you people right now, what about justice? Justice should matter. Life should matter. I sympathize with everyone who has lost their lives in Israel as well as Palestine. I sympathize with those who have lost their lives in Russia as well as Ukraine. But people, I am a born American citizen, just like you. Each day, over 500 African Americans are killed in the streets of our cities. Our lives matter. But inside the prison system in the United States, over 20,000 people die every year in the prison system. Some of us who are actually innocent are doomed. We are condemned to die in the prison system until we are liberated. And some people will only be liberated after they have died. I don't want my freedom after I die. I don't want that burden on my family. If I'm not supposed to be here, then free me. If the only evidence that you had against me was the two young kids who accused me of this crime, who now come forward and admitted that they lied, if that's the only evidence that you had then, and that evidence does no longer exist, why should I remain in prison? Explain to Andrew Bailey on your TikTok post or your YouTube post. Explain to him, now is the time for him to be a true leader and let go of his grip and free me. What he is doing is not only unconstitutional, it is, by all rights, a humanitarian violation of human rights. Last week, when I was on CBS Morning with Erin Moriarty, Gail King made a statement, and she said that her blood is boiling. How How do you think I feel? 34 years of incarceration for a crime in which I did not commit. How do you think I feel? I sympathize with the family who lost their loved one, but I was not the one who took his life. If you were going to look at anyone who took his life, you should have looked at the young man who the son killed or shot the day before. You should have asked yourself, why did the other son get killed 2 months later if I was already incarcerated? People, I could sit here all day, grind, mope, and cry. It's not going to get me nowhere. I can only get there with your help. I need for you to come together. Become the human link to support me. Not just me, but everyone who's holding on to that chain that's looking for a way out, their redemption. We're asking you to come together. If you can come together for what's going on in Israel right now, and what's going on in Palestine right now, or what's going on in Ukraine right now, then why can't you come together with what's going on in America right now? I'm in the middle of the country, right here in Missouri. I got convicted 276 feet away from the Dred Scott courthouse, the same courthouse that bore Dred Scott back over into slavery. A man whom in which they came from the north and was placed back into slavery after his freedom was granted in Illinois. But even after his death, his slave owner still refused to allow the people to pay homage to his body. And she removed it and placed it somewhere else in the city of St. Louis in secret. I don't want to be that blocker. I don't want to be that unknown grave. Listen, people, I can't thank my brother Burr and his wife enough for doing for me what they do. But now I'm asking you all to take the challenge. Get on YouTube, get on TikTok, and post your videos. Whether it's a 5-second, 10-second, 20-second, or 3 minutes. Express yourself. And ask Missouri to free Chris Dunn now. Listen, I want to thank you all. I'm not going to take too much of your time. But we got until December the 12th. Why December the 12th? Because December the 12th is my birthday. Last year, Lamar Johnson was giving a evidentiary hearing upon the 547-031 on my birthday. And we're hoping that this new circuit attorney, Gabe Gore, does the same for me. I don't want to say it's a deadline, but it's a date that we are aiming for. Because December the 12th, hopefully, is my rebirth back into society. We got less than a month, people. Show me that you give a damn. Show me that you care. And if you don't, then you'll never hear from me again. Don't be one of those people who would say, I support you, but choose not to lift your voice up and let it be heard for me. I've been fighting this case for so long. I don't want to stop and doing it by myself because I've had a few people to help me, like Burr, like my wife, like my family. Now I'm asking my community, each and every one of you that's listening to my voice, that can hear the sound of the tremble in my voice, I'm asking you to help me. I normally don't ask people for help, but I'm asking you now. Listen, everyone. My name is Christopher Dunn. I'm right here in the state of Missouri. And I'm signing off. But as always, go with God, be at peace. Assalamu alaikum, salutations. This is Trap Tuesdays, signing off.
All right, bro, what else going on?
Bro, as you already know, man, to hear what this guy doing here in Missouri, man, I was kind of beside myself. Because, as you know, we just had this little powwow conference last week. And things looking good. They asked me 1,000,001 questions about this case and where I was and how I think it all transpired. And we had a 3-hour conference with these people. And it looks good. The possibility of this hearing looks good. But at the same time, man, listen, to sit there and say that I'm scared is an understatement. I'm scared because this dude just came out and said that he's taking over the PCR division. At first he said it was going to be 100 cases. Then they popped up in a posted site, St. Louis Post, and said over 4,000. Over 4,000 cases. How in the hell can you have 4,327 PCR cases in Missouri that's just sitting on the circuit attorney's desk? So to say you're going to take over the cases, my case right now is a PCR petition. That means he can get up there and say, F my PCR petition. And send me back into the dungeon. So yeah, I'm scared as hell.
That make all the sense in the world. How the joint going? What crazy happened?
Listen, man, this place here, I don't understand this camper. Man, look, first of all, they done had, since the last time you and I spoke,
Yeah.
they done had, okay, little white little dude named Stretch. He thought he was black, so he joined Stretch gang. He done OD and killed himself. Then they had this stupid dude named what's this dude called himself? Legal Larry. Legal Larry went down there. He OD'd, but they brought him back. He laying down, listen to this. He laying down on the floor, face down, doodle and pee water coming about the toilet stool, and he laying face down in it. His son was so scared, he just let the dude lay in the doodle water and the pee. He didn't want to go to the hole. He still went to the hole.
No, he was going to the hole.
He told the police he was going to use the bathroom. How you use a bathroom? A doodle turd just came from up under the door.
What else? You seen Los?
I ain't seen Los. Man, listen, I think Los in the hole.
Nah, he called me the other day.
Okay.
He called
Well,
me.
he MIA. He just ain't coming outside then.
You went licking, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to reach out to you on a whole nother note. I got somebody I need you to find for me.
All right, whatever. I got you. Just let me know.
Yeah.
If I can't find them, ask my wife to look it up, and she gonna tell them.
Yeah.
She'll be able to tell you exactly where they at.
Yeah, I'll get with you on another note. Other than that, enjoy your day and be safe. It's been wonderful chit-chatting with you on the Trap Tuesday.
All right, make sure you tell my sister I said I love her and keep safe and keep positive and put my name on the side of their car and roll around until December the 12th.
She just pulled up.
All right, well, I'm out of here anyway, but still tell her, put that paper on the side of their car and tell Missouri to free Chris Dunn now. And I will call you back at a later date.